discussion? All in favor, say by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. We will go into mayor report. First item, we have our senior building that's beginning to take residents. I'm going to give you a phone number, just again, just in case you know someone is interested in being a part of the new Urban League senior building. That number is 314-880-7220. Again, 314-880-7220. They've started to take applicants and register individuals as we speak. So if anyone is interested, please make sure they start the process. Again, they've already approved certain individuals and they're starting to get them approved. So please go ahead and move forward with that. Now, item number 2, I am participating in weekly meetings now with the West Florissant project. We're meeting weekly, representatives from Dellwood, Jennings, and Ferguson. And we're discussing right now, as you know, this project is going to start this year, beautification project, and we're discussing now options or ways, once it's built, to take care of that project. Sometimes these projects are built in different communities, and they just leave it to the community to take care of it, and that's not really sufficient. So we're trying to come up with a way that once it's all built, if the lights break, if someone runs into the flowers or whatever, and there's a process to get that fixed and moved or taken care of. So that's the big discussion we have right now. The proposal on the table is to create a TDD, taxing district, which is, never fun to do, but sometimes necessary. And so I'll provide more information with that. There will be a vote of the people, obviously, if that's going to be approved. Those funds then generated will take care of the maintenance of this project. So we'll discuss weekly about this. I will present more as we get closer. As we stated in the newsletter and in the budget, we're going to add 4 more cameras, flop cameras. They're very successful. We have right now currently 2 in each ward, and so we're going to have 3 in each ward, and 4 more cameras. I will share those locations with the board, and I want to share it with the general public for safety reasons. They're very effective cameras, and to add 4 more for our city, which gives a total of 12, will be very effective. I think Lieutenant Thompson can attest to the effectiveness of the cameras as far as notifying the department when there's a stolen car coming by or any car that's wanted. And so I think it's most cities now are starting to add more cameras. The ones that don't have cameras are now adding cameras. So it's a great tool to fight. So we'll be having more of those. If we can pass these out quick. Right now, I'm going to update you briefly. I'll put it on the screen. As you know, we have a rec center project. Okay, so right now, before you have a update, excuse me, my rec center project. This demolition portion of it has been completed. That was the first thing that was done. As you can see, the electrical and equipment and installation, it describes what that work entails. I'm not going to read the actual work. You can see it there. 40% of that is completed. The athletic equipment and installation, that still has not been completed yet. It's in the design and engineering phase. The servicing, material, and installation, 25% complete. The doors and windows replacement, which those plexiglass doors and things of that sort, it's all going to be replaced. That's in the design and engineering stage. The wall painting, I'm going to come back to that. That's behind schedule a little bit. Duct work clean, they completed that. Drinking fountain removal, and the foundation and cracks we're going to talk about. As you see at the bottom, electrical work will continue through February, and it talks about the foundation cracks. What happened on the back end of the rec center, there are about 14 downspouts, okay? And I guess at some point, they've been removed, not working properly. So for many years, water has been coming in through the back wall, okay? And it created foundation cracks on the entire side of the rec center, okay? So that was found when they start turning everything up. And so with that, they're gonna, we got it repaired, so all the downspouts are repaired. So we have to do that first. And now, as you see, the last item on there talks about 28 cracks along the east foundation wall. So they're getting a couple of bids for that, which we did receive 3 bids. And to show you how crazy it is, one was 40,000 and the lowest was 15. So to have that kind of, you know, that gap between the highest and lowest was really amazing. So the engineers is going to go with the 15,000 project. So that's where we're at. We're on pace. We're still on to be completed early, mid-April. Okay, so everything hasn't slowed down the time frame of the project, but we are on schedule. So I just want to give you that update. The last item on our report is, you know, we're in Black History Month. And so today I want to take some time to honor somebody who I think represents Black history in that area. If you haven't seen the news a lot lately, there's been a young man I've been talking about for Metro Bus Department. And so I had it in my heart to honor this young man. I'm a young man. He's been around a long time. But Mr. Bruce Williams, can you please stand? Mr. Bruce Williams is the first driver of Metro to make 50 years of service. And so he's the epitome of consistency, and to deal with the public for 50 years is amazing. Particularly through COVID, because I know Metro took a lot of hits from COVID, lost some drivers from COVID. And Mr. Williams to wake up every morning since 1974 and drive that bus and serve the community. In St. Louis, people don't understand how important transit is. You know, there are a lot of people who don't want to drive, who can't drive, you know, and really depend on people like Mr. Williams every morning to pick them up and get them to work, get them to check on their elderly parents or whatever. And so I just wanted to thank Mr. Williams on behalf of the City of Dellwood. I believe your route is in North County, correct? Yeah. He has a North County route, so I'm pretty sure some of our residents are riding the bus that he's driving. And what route are you on?
78.
Is that, which one is that? Bell Fountain? Bell Fountain bus line. And he's gonna hold a 2, 4, 5, and everywhere, you know? And so with that, I'd like to call Williams up to the dais. Come around here, and I want to present him with this proclamation. I'm asking to say a few words. Run. Everybody in?
Yep. All right. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Take one more. 1, 2.
Can I get one, please?
Is it his wife?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, her ride the bus?
Yeah.
Actually, I drive too.
All right.
That's how they met. Perfect, thank you.
All right.
Good.
All right. Yeah. Glad Ms. Williams just to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to honor the dignitaries, the mayor, the aldermen, and attorneys, everybody. And thanks for the people. And I will say that over the past 50 years, I've transported a lot of people. I've had goods, bad, and different. But in the end, it's my passion. A man that enjoys work, never work a day in his life. Really had influence on a lot of young black men in general, especially because I've worked in North County my whole career. I never worked South County, I worked Illinois, but it's basically been in the neighborhood. I live Kings Highway 70, Walnut area. I raised my boys there. Really had a lot of experience with a lot of young men. And in the end, I would just say that it's a rewarding job. I mean, everybody get in where they fit in, so they say, but I get in, I try to treat everybody with compassion, dignity, and over the years, I just feel proud because I really feel that I've been a contribution to society in my own small way. And over the years, a lot of young men have came and say, I remember you did this, did that, whatever. And I don't remember. But I mean, they're grown now. Some of them got gray hair. They like family, whatever. So it's been rewarding. I can only say that I'm humble and grateful. I'm not an attention seeker, so this is a little much for me. I just like to be in the background. And, that's how I've done 50 years in the background, but every day I give it 100. So thanks again, everybody. I appreciate the accolades. I appreciate the plaque. Thank you so much.
How many years you plan to work, Mr. Williams?
Sorry?
How many more years you plan to work?
I don't know. One day at a time, this one.
All right. Okay. All right, this time, item H, I'll go to board announcements.
Mr. Chairman,
Alderman Johnson.
I'd just like to give you a personal thanks for your diligence in addressing that West Florissant issue. You know how important that was to me, and we hadn't discussed that in a while, but you made on it and you addressed it, and I'm very pleased with your comments tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other board announcements? Now go to item I, new business. City Administrator report, Terry Wilson.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board, mayor, citizens of Dellwood. Like I told you at the beginning of the year, it's gonna be very busy this year. So I have been up and running. I've had a couple of meetings with the website developer. I told you I will be updating our website, and I'll have a solid timeline for you all, and so you'll know the different dates. So I'll make sure I keep you guys up to speed. I'm working very closely with the team to get the website updated and rolled out for the citizens of Dellwood. Also, been very busy, deeply involved with the current audit. Been dedicating a substantial amount of time to provide necessary documents and things like that, but it's actually going smoothly with myself and the finance department here in Dellwood. Also, last year, you may not remember, but last year I was invited to participate in the Site Improvement Association Infrastructure Expo. That was a lot, right? So that was out in St. Charles. That was where I got an opportunity to meet, different people in the industry of public works and things like that. I was able to network with other vendors so we can open up our Rolodex when we're doing different projects. And so they invited me back this year again as one of the cities to show some of the things we're doing around the community. So that'll be in St. Charles again next month. So I'll bring back a report of what I learned there. And then lastly, I did some professional development as a part of my commitment to professional growth and enhancing our city's governance. I recently completed a seminar through the Municipal League Training Academy focusing on municipal contracts and purchasing. This has provided me with greater insight and strategies to improve procurement processes around here in the city of Dellwood. And this month, I'm excited I'll be participating in another seminar centered on economic development incentives. This training is crucial for understanding how we can better leverage opportunities to stimulate our local economy and also attract businesses and investments here in the city of Dellwood. And with that being said, I'll move on to my last item that will cause for action for you all. Me and Gaynell had intense meetings with our healthcare carrier. And of course, we're still lower than used to pay, but there was a slight increase. I submitted that to you all. We had about 5 different options. The actual plan hasn't changed. It just went up, and so I just told them to give me a couple of different options with the deductible. And as you all can see, there was a lot of different choices, but the prices were kind of still in line. And so with that being said, I am recommending option 2, which is a $2,000 deductible, and then it'll be $6,441 per month for the city. Of course, you all know the city pays 80%, the employees pay the rest. And so I thought this was a fair choice. And with that being said, I'll open up any questions you all have. But there is no change in the actual plan, so everything is still the same. And we're at 90% participation of healthcare for our full-time workers here in the city of Dellwood.
Okay, so with that, I entertain a motion to accept recommendation from the city administration, option number 2 for the healthcare policy renewal. Motion made by Alderwoman Johnson, there's a second. Who's that? Oh, second by Alderwoman Wilkins. Any discussion? Roll call.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Alderman Robinson,
Yes.
Alderwoman Wilkins,
Yes.
Alderwoman Artis,
Yes.
Alderwoman Carter,
Yes.
Alderman Holt. Motion passed.
Thank you. Item B, police activity report, Lieutenant Thompson.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, for the month of July, we had 29 alarm calls, 2 assaults, 8 accident injuries, 20 auto accidents, 1 burglary, 12 check the welfare, 9 disturbance calls, 12 stolen vehicles, 6 larceny reports, 1 missing juvenile, 3 calls for open doors, 2 ordinance violations, 10 property damage reports, 55 sick cases, 9 suspicious persons, 16 calls for shots heard, 19 suspicious vehicles, 373 traffic violations was written, and we got 173 parking violations. 711 hangups, and bring us to a total of 551 calls for service. No neighborhood watch, they having a big thing on the 27th, isn't it? Yeah, 27th. Okay,
Question for Lieutenant. Thank you, sir.
all right.
Item B, Dellwood regulation report. For the first time here, Mr. Kevin Williams.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I want to apologize for my absence over the last few meetings. And let you all know that I'm happy to be here. Just a little bit on me. I've been of service to the community for over 20 years now. All right, man?
It's you.
I was a teen service manager and a site coordinator for the Boys and Girls Club at Roosevelt High School for 10 years. I've been admiring what the mayor guys have been doing out here. So when I found out the opportunity to be a part of that rec center down there was available, I jumped on it, and I couldn't be more happy to be a part of it. We had a slow month. Y'all have to forgive me. I'm at the age now where I have glasses to drive with at night and reading glasses. So bear with me. And of course, I left my reading glasses in the car. January was a slow month for us. So I took that opportunity to go out and meet with other rec center directors to see how they put together their memberships, their guidelines, and leads, the equipment that they use to build their membership and gather information on them. But we were able, on January 9th, we celebrated the First Responders Appreciation Day, where we provided breakfast sandwiches, orange juice, coffee for the North County Co-op and the Metropolitan North Fire Protection guys. And we also had some EMS that stopped by, who just saw on the marquee, and we was acknowledging First Responders Appreciation Day. So we had about 25 people that we served that day. Unfortunately, on January 16th, we had to cancel our MLK open mic night because we now shut things down because of cold weather. So because of cold weather, we weren't able to do it. The demolition of the soccer field started on the 17th. The mayor kind of talked more about that. And we had 8 rentals and over 600 guests at the rec center last month. Some of our upcoming events, and we'd love for you guys to stop by. The Girl Scouts will be in our main lobby selling cookies starting on the 17th for the next 5 Saturdays between 10 and 2 p.m. Today was our first date for our Redbird Rookies registration. I already have 3 coaches signed up. I think we signed up 7 kids tonight. Born and raised in St. Louis, I'm a huge baseball fan. So it's a top priority of ours down at that rec center to make sure we have some baseball out here in Dellwood. And also develop a better relationship with the court, because the Redbird Rookies have events all the time. We got beautiful parks that we can have these events in. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to host a senior event for the seniors, but tomorrow we're having a Valentine's Day lunch with them. And we'll have a guest speaker up there with them also from Archwell Health Primary Care Center for Seniors to try to get them up there a couple of times a month just to get some exercise or get the cognitive skills working, some painting and some games that we're trying to get them involved in. Last night was our first Super Bowl party.
Yay!
So even though the right team didn't win.
No.
Some team from Kansas City won somehow. But we still, thank you. We still had a great time. It's hard to mess up a Super Bowl party if you got food and stuff to drink. So we had an unbelievable time. Hopefully next year you all can come out and be a part of that with us also. Coming up on the 24th, the mayor talked about it being Black History Month. On the 24th of this month, we're having an African-American business mixer from 3 to 6. And we have several businesses speaking on parenting, nutrition, adult education. We'll have Oak Street, Athenia Healthcare there, along with my favorite ladies up West Florissant, the Ultimate Cosmetology and Barber Academy will be there also. So just a few things that we did in January and a few things we'll have going on for the rest of this month.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That concludes the business portion of our meeting. This time we go to public portion. Item J. If you have any public comment, please state your name, comment, and your address.
Good evening.
Good evening.
To the mayor, all of those in position of authority, all the men, all the women, and the citizens of the city of Dellwood. My name is Tracy Dillon. I'm a resident of the city of Dellwood and my son as well. And I just want to be able to have an opportunity to voice a couple of things in reference to how me and my son is currently living in our home. I purchased my home in 2015, mortgage free. I have added equity into my home. I like,
What's your address?
my home address is 10607 Crowley Drive.
Thank you.
I've had equity into my home. Me and my son, we enjoy being here. We're close to our place where we dwell and worship. He and I both work outside of our homes. And moving to the matter which is in hand. The first general complaint that I have is 2 homes, one to the left side of me, and the address is 10611 Crowley Drive.
Well, ma'am, hold on, I'm gonna cut you off. These means are broadcast on YouTube, so I prefer you don't give the exact address.
Okay, I apologize.
No, it's okay. You can give that to us.
Okay,
Right.
okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
apologize.
it's okay.
Okay, so the first in hand. One of the homes is a nuisance to me and my son. We literally have to come outside with a bat in our hands to walk to our vehicles, to walk down to check our mailboxes, to take our dumpsters to the curb, because there is a dog next door, a pit bull, that's unattended. They do have a fence around, but there is not a gate to keep the dog within the rim of the yard. So he's free to come in and out. I have a picture of him on my porch, me coming out my house to get ready to go to church one Sunday morning. The other day, my son was taking the trash out. He looked at the dog right here on his leg. And I'm saying to myself, we can't live like this. We are adamant about keeping our yard clean. I actually have a lawn service during the summer months because he and I both work. Right now, I need to get leaves out of my yard, front and back, but I cannot do that because the dog is just always unattended. So it's like, is it safe to go out now or is it not safe to go out? This is how me and my son is living right now. We feel like prisoners in our own home. And in addition to that, it was the previous dog that they had that literally did try to attack myself and my son. That was last summer. I have multiple calls that I have called 911. I had him recently in my home, invited him into my home and expressed what was going on. I've consistently heard that we've issued citations, but yet they're still there. I have no problem with people having pets. I used to have pets myself, but follow the guidelines based on what our ordinance say. And I have highlighted all of that. I follow these rules because I understand leadership and authority. I have no problem with that. But my issue is I don't feel like I'm safe enough to come out of my home rather than my son escort me with a baseball bat in his hand. I don't want to have to deal with people like that. Or I don't want to even harm anyone's pet because I understand how people love their pets. And then in addition to that, there's a home behind me. This person who, I don't know if he owns the property or what, but he is housing dogs. He has a kennel in the back of his home, a makeshift kennel that he housed 4 dogs, where it clearly says you can have 3 dogs. Mind you, there's a 5th dog, a little small dog, but these are large dogs. I'm talking about German Shepherd, Alaskan Huskies. Because I've had those kind of dogs myself. So how is it that he has a kennel with these dogs where he's breeding dogs? And so the fence that separates my yard from his yard, it's not a 6-foot fence, it's probably about a 4-foot fence that these dogs can leap over. So my question is, when is it safe for me to go out here and rake the leaves in my yard? Last summer, I couldn't even sit out on my patio and enjoy a nice summer day, put a little meat on the grill because of all these dogs. And I'm like, oh, if they're not just in the yard, they're mating. Who wants to look at this? I don't. I mean, it's insane. And this is what I'm subjected to. And quite frankly, I'm tired. I don't know what else to do. I've prayed about it. I pray all the time. And then finally, I'm like, it's just going on and on. At what point does the recalls happen for me and my son? And finally, the light bulb came on. Let me find out what ward I'm in because I didn't know. I've been here since 2015. I've been here once. But because I work outside my home, like I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. I work all the way in Kirkwood. So I must go to bed early. And so when I found out, I immediately got in touch with Ms. Carter. She and we conversed over the phone a couple of times. And I just kind of feel like, you know, she can be a voice or a liaison to help and assist me with these complaints that I have. So I don't know what else to do.
So before you leave, Jay, just hang around and talk to myself, Mr. Wilson, and Senator Thompson. We'll go
Okay.
over the game plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So don't leave until you talk with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Mahoney, 50 South Floridale. First of all, I need to know what time for the Girl Scout cookies.
10 to 2.
10 to
It's going on 17.
Okay. Second of all, Mayor, I shared with you earlier last week about the senior citizen place. It's a beautiful facility. I had the opportunity of going in there, and then the restrooms there are really large, and they have an electric washer and dryer hookup. Also, the stove is electric, so it's really nice. They have 2 bedrooms also. If, say for instance, if a mature person has workout stuff, they can actually apply for a 2 bedroom. But the thing too, the prices, these right here, 831, 1 bedroom, 1008, 1009 is for 2 bedroom. They only accept vouchers, or you can pay the market value, which is on the thing. But right now, the county, they are not giving out vouchers for property. They're just filling from 2020. So it's a nice facility if someone wants to pay market value. And also it resolved, Mr. Wilson, that issue that backs up against me, because all of that is gone. So I no longer have to worry about that overgrowth. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dorothy Freeze, 10512 Trask. You took the issue of at Hudson and Tanner with the basketball thing down. Now the guy's parking his car and his truck or his
On the
thing
grass.
on the grass and making big dump. Yeah, I'm on and out, but nothing with him. It's not him. It's thing and it's see, and now you see more cars because they see that car as I drive because at the time it always says we're the eyes for them. There's other cars that are parking like that. And so you guys know, after a couple weeks ago when the incident happened on South Schuler, that happened with that incident that happened on South Schuler, a week later, there was a guy that was an Uber driver that got mugged and knocked on Mrs. Ruth's house that night. She immediately called Lieutenant Thompson, scared the crap out of her. But once again, so you guys definitely know that Lieutenant Thompson is her heart, because she is really thankful for him. Because what happened that week, a couple weeks before, and that happened to her a week later, she was scared for an 84-year-old lady who cuts care of her yard and her property that's been in Dellwood since Dellwood became Dellwood. She's not here tonight, but I told her I was coming. She wanted to make sure that you, all the board members, know how thankful she is with the North County Corporation Police and everything they had to do to help that night.
And Ms. McDonald wrote me 2 letters commending Lieutenant Thompson. I called him on the phone and read them to him. Did I not? So he knows. He is aware. I read both letters to him, so he knows. Anyone else?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Her name is Salem Brown. That's my wife back there, Valerie Brown. We stay 1737 Dowd. Okay. I've gotten citations for some vehicles. Okay. I go to court. I was in the first court date. I was in the hospital. She goes to court. She gets immediately fined $700. 2 days after that appearance in court, we get 7 more tickets for the same thing. I got the tickets. So I get rid of 2 trailers. We go to court last Tuesday, whatever day it was. The next day, we get 7 more tickets.
They were put in the mailbox.
Trailer gone. None of that stuff is there. Okay. I've been through 3 rounds of cancer, 19 surgeries. I have bladder spasms so bad I can be standing up here right now and knock me to the ground. The little bit of stuff I do is my therapy. Okay. I'll pay the fine, but I go down Keelan and Trash. Here's a guy got 10 times as much as I got, and I'm yet to see him in court. Okay? He's got boats, he's got trailers, he's got everything on the grass behind his house. I don't have the privilege to get behind my house because that's not how it's set up. But why should an officer write me a ticket for something that don't exist? I come up and talk to him. Don't nobody know. Everybody tells me it's from your office. Then I come back up. Don't nobody know. Nobody know. I talked to brother right here. He's the only one saved my salvation because he calmed me down.
Yes.
Okay? I just don't think it's fair. I really don't. I mean, you know, I can understand if there had been some grants or something here where I don't have $14,000 to extend my driveway. This is not 1915, 1920, when the law was put on the books that you can't park on the street. Everybody gets a car these days. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Parking? I don't understand what you guys want from the people who stay in Dellwood.
Well, Mr. Brown, this is a court issue, and it's not the body to address that. But I'm very aware with your property, and I don't want to get into a large discussion in this body.
I
Okay,
get that.
I know the history of it.
Right.
So I don't want to talk about it in front of everyone. We can talk offline, but I do know that property has been in violation for a long time. We know that, so.
Right.
Okay, all right, so.
Okay, I grant that, but you know, the last people that did,
You can't park work trucks in the middle of the yard. You can't park them on both sides of the house. That, you can't put wood chips as a replacement for a driveway. That can't be done. And so I'm very familiar with the property. So
okay, so why are they writing
I
these
suggest we
tickets?
don't talk about that here,
Okay.
okay? Because it's not the body to do that, but we can talk offline. And the code enforcer is the one who wrote the tickets. It's not coming from, well, it's my office, but it's coming from City Hall.
But why would they write me a ticket for something that don't exist? Okay, the trailer and stuff were gone, okay?
Right.
Why would I get fined $700, then I go back and get fined $130? Okay, why is there such difference in the fine?
Yeah, I can't answer this.
Okay, I know, nobody can.
Can't see.
No, nobody
I'm
can.
not the judge.
Okay, nobody can. Okay, nobody can explain why the code enforcer wrote a ticket for vehicles that wasn't even there. Okay, I mean, he can't explain it, he can't explain it. Now you tell me you can't
What
explain
did
it.
the judge say?
Huh?
What did the judge say?
I haven't went to court on these tickets.
Okay.
This is, in April.
Okay, so that's it's in the hands of courts.
Yeah, but
We can't determine that. It's in the
But
hands
when I go to court, it still don't cost me money for something that didn't even
of- If you
exist.
make the case, it will not. You have to make the case.
They gonna find the court costs. It's gonna be, some money gonna come out of my pocket. Because the officer, the code enforcer is creating revenue for the city.
I disagree with that. Totally disagree. Thank you for your comments.
Okay.
Any other public comments? If not, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
Motion made by Alderwoman Johnson, there's a second. Second. Alderwoman Artis, any discussion? All in favor, somebody saying aye? Aye. Opposed, the same sign? Meeting adjourned. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they're fine.
As long as you give it to me.
Yeah, that's all right.